Hey everybody, Mark Builds Bricks here. We have another brand new farm set from Funwhole. This is the B Farm set F9062, 1,274 pieces. We're going to review this stage by stage and take a look at all this fun stuff that's packed into this set. So let's get into it.
Welcome.
All right, so the manuals. It comes with basically two manuals. They're not too bad. They're about the same thickness. I think one goes from bags 1 to 3, I believe, and the other one starts off at bag 4 and on. Bag 4 to 6. Standard, nice picture of the set and all of its glory and all that. Down in the bottom corner, we got the BEE-lieve Farm Life. We got the QR codes on both book 1 and book 2. So if you can download the digital instructions, if you prefer using digital instructions, nicely with the logo. Set number, piece count, and of course 16 plus is always in that area as well. Going through standardized, we got about Funwhole on one side, and then we got a nice picture right here of somebody running because there is a bear in the area. We got a nice little menu there. This printed piece that's actually in the set, it's got the set number right there, which is pretty cool. Standard, everything else in the manual as normal, making sure that you've got all the pieces, all the bags, check the wires, check the batteries, put them in, how to deal with the wires. If you are not very delicate, they do advise you to use the tweezers that do come with it. It comes with the brick separator, and of course, it starts off with the first section of the building. Nothing unusual throughout the build. Everything was laid out nicely. Colors were really nice, very easy to figure out what you needed for each section. I did have one small little part for the light that's outside near the front. My wire ended up being a little short, so I might have to take apart part of the wall and then make sure I don't have a kink in the wire to get some more length out of it so I can set it up correctly. But all in all, book 1 looks really good. Book 2, again, starts off another nice little picture of it at night with the lights on, and then it jumps right in building the main building. Once the main building is done, you got the roof, then you got the neat trees that you would build. So basically from bag 5 and on, bag 5 is just basically the three main trees. 2 of the trees are interchangeable on the set. You can slide them in and out based on the way the base is created. So if you want the bigger tree in the back, you can slide it out and put it in the back, as versus the medium tree, you can put it on the side of the building. The small tree, it just goes where it goes in the other corner. But pretty cool. Interesting ways of building the trees. The trees are a bit fragile as you go through, but and we also have the hive boxes to simulate the honeycomb and stuff like that inside there. Placement of all the hive boxes, and then it goes into basically all the flower work and the bees and everything that you got to put in place. At the end, you have completed build. Again, it tells you on this page whichever way you want to put the trees in. It's purely up to you. Another nice little picture of the tree, and all some of the other sets that do have available for you. Again, that is the 2 manuals. Pretty straightforward. Right, so here are the minifigs that come with this Bee Farm set. We also have a bear, which is cool. I do have a little damage on my bear. The studs that are on the back look like they got sheared right off completely. So yeah, who knows? I don't know. Yeah. All right. So we do have a bear. It's a nice looking bear. He's got nice good features and stuff like that. His head moves. He can articulate up and down with the back legs and stuff like that. You can move him around and stuff. The front legs don't really move much. It's mostly his head just goes up and down and stuff like that. So you can pose him quite nicely on the set to get him his debut. The other 2, we got a gentleman and a lady here. The lady has 2 different heads. I just didn't put the other one on, but basically you got a scared face and you got a not so scared face. And she has her little canister to work with the bees. Some good printing on both of them. Pretty straightforward printing on each of them. He's got a nice little bee on his shirt and stuff like that, and she looks like she's wearing the coveralls, and she's got the two-tone feet as well. And the backs themselves, very, very typical, nice little finishing off there. Nothing much on him, but she's got some printing on the back to make it look like she's still wearing that bee suit. Basically, it would have been nice to get a bee suit helmet for her. There was not one in the set, whatever, but that would have been really cool. He's got a bit of a sting on his eye. One of his eyes is swollen. So he looks like he's had a little fun with one of the bees, basically. And so we got the bear, we got him, and we got her. Just the three that come with the set. There is a small little cat and a small little bird that are part of the set as well. So a pretty good, solid start to bags 1 for the beehive farm. Or the bee farm set. We got a lot done in this base area. Basically, we know roughly where the building is going. We do have these interesting little slots here and here. We also have our power cable over here, which I have a feeling the power bank or the battery pack is going to go here. That's where I think it's going to go based on what I see, because these slots are to interchange the two sides trees that we do get in this set. We do have one big tree that gets built and a medium sized tree. We do have another tree that's off to the other corner over here, I believe, or it's somewhere on this side. But these ones will be able to slide out and interchange them in the way it's being built. We got our first cable management set in place, and we do have our power jumper put in place right here to power the building lights going this way. So far, pretty standard. Underneath these little light 1x1 lime greens, there is a light underneath there. So it'll be interesting to see how it's going to come through and light up this green grassy knoll area of the build. So let's keep going and check out the next stage. All right, stage 2 completed. It was a small stage in the bee farm set. Not very much. We were building up some of the retaining walls on this side as well. We added in some more lighting and getting all the wires into the junction point at the back here, because I guarantee this is where the battery pack is going to sit, and then we're just going to connect it into there. Some interesting, nice textures on how the wall is made to give it look like there's layered stonework inside the walls and stuff like that. And we also have some nice little flowers in place. On this side, again, we have some nice texture on the wall as well. We have our first, I guess, hive for the bees as well. And we do have our first printed bee. I don't know if this is going to, yeah, we have our first printed bee on here. Apparently, from the instructions, each bee, there's 3 of these. Each bee has a different facial expression. So that's pretty cool. And of course, inside we have 2 lanterns and stuff like that. So very short stage. From the looks of the manual, we're going to get some more detail in this section in the next stage. So we have bags 3 completed, or stage 3 completed, or whichever way you want to do it. And we've got some more of the structure done. Plus we have some more nice details inside this little part of the structure. The next part is going to be, of course, the little building that goes here. And of course, the 2 trees and the bear and all the other fun stuff that we're going to be putting on this small little footprint of the set. Looks really good. The roof, it came out pretty good. We got nice little skylights that actually open up and stuff like that. So that's pretty good. We do have some printed pieces on some of the boards to give some of the wood grain. We got a nice little bird as well on top of the building itself. I'm going to take the roof off. It just pops off. We have a nice little beehive and a little, I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's a nice little bee print. There are 3, as I mentioned, there are 3 bee prints, each one with a different facial expression. So we'll just put that over onto that side. and take a look inside the building. We've got a lot of cool things happening here that are all related to processing honey, because it is a beekeeping farm. We have a nice little vat here. On the printed piece at the bottom, it says honey, but it also has the set number on this piece as well. So I thought that was pretty cool. We have a nice little jar of honey, or a nice little pot of honey in here. We have a nice little Mew Mew, basically keeping guard of everything around. We have a nice little wash sink and stuff like that, and a nice little brush. We have like a easel palette here to make it like a little table type scenario. We got a couple of jars. We got a few tools up on the wall on this side as well. We do have a light that's going to light up this side. We do have another light on this side as well that's going to light this area up nicely. We also have a nice little hive right in the inside. I don't know how that is going to handle, if that actually has bees in there, but we'll see. On this side, as you can see, we still have our little power jumper to connect for this building when it gets put in here. That's going to power the light that's going to be in here. Of course, there are, as I mentioned earlier, there are lights underneath each one of these 1 by 1 little light greens. So it'll be interesting how the lights are going to come through for that as we go through. But all in all, look, it's looking pretty good. So let's keep going, and let's see how much more we get done in the next stage. All right, so we're back for stage 4, bags 4 of the build. Mostly this part of the building. That's what the build is just this little building right here that we add in. I did have a little wire issue. I've got one of the wires that are a little too short, so I can't really pin that where it's supposed to be, or without pulling the wire. So I may take this apart, readjust the wire, and put it back up to finish it off. But I'm just going to leave it as is. We're good. But we have a nice little door here. Nice little roof. This roof pops off very easily, as you can see. We do have 2 printed pieces on the roof itself to simulate wood grain and some vegetation on the roof itself. Very simple. That's the build of it underneath. 2 little slanted pieces inverted like this, basically hooks into the back here, and it just drops into place. Pretty straightforward. Popping this off. Inside this little building, we have a nice little shelving unit with some jars and stuff like that. We have a nice little box. On the side of the wall, we've got let's see if I can get you to see. It's a small space, so it's kind of hard to get the camera in there. But we do have a light right above the door entrance. As well, we have a toolkit and some other tools and jars and stuff like that on the shelf. And we do have a chair. The arms of the chair are made by the hot dog wieners, so that was pretty fun. There are some tools that go inside of a barrel that's in here. I'm not a fan of loose pieces, never have been. I wished they were just attached to this nice bare wall on the side where we could have did some attachments. I don't know, may modified the building to attach it and hook them up there. But after moving around, those pieces already fell out. I'm not going to go dig for them right now. So that's what it looks like right now as we stand at this point. Next, we're building, I believe, the trees next in the next stage, where one tree will slide into here and another tree will slide into here in the back. And of course, this is where the battery box is going to go to light everything up. Hopefully, this will go smoothly and we can show you all that fun stuff. So stay tuned. We're going to keep going. We have trees, some pretty cool looking trees. Actually, this was a different way of building some trees. It was pretty interesting. This is all stage 5. Stage 5 is just building these 3 trees. Some of them have these nice little concrete style kind of planter boxes, whatever, with little slots, because these will slot into the 2 different sections on the base plate on the whole bee farming set. And then this one here, the small one's just going to attach where we end up putting it. The big tree itself, we do have a nice little beehive as well. A nice little bee print on there. The 3rd bee that we actually apply in this whole set. All in all, the trees are not bad. A little bit fragile. I will admit, I'm not a fan of building trees. I tend to just basically break them all when I'm building them. So this has actually been pretty interesting putting them together. Hopefully we'll see how they look when we put them in with the main set as we go forward and we go into the final phase of this build. So let's jump into that. So here we have the completed bee farm set in all its all its flowers and trees and two little or one small building, but basically two halves as you build it. You got this indoor little office processing part, and then you have the processing of the honey and everything in this section of the build as well. But all in all, lots of floral plants, little bee prints on one by one round transparent pieces. They're all over. There are 3 different bee faces as well, so there's some uniquenesses to some of the bees in a way. But we basically got a couple of hives. We open up one of the hives, honey boxes. You can slide out pieces and do to simulate honeycomb and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. And then you've got the full blown hives as you go through there. The bear itself, because we do have a bear, the bear usually is posed on this side of the build. But then again, you can put the bear pretty much wherever you want. Let's see if we can just get him stuck on here. All right, we'll see how long he stays there. But basically, he's right there in the corner and stuff like that. We have a nice printed mushroom as well. So the top piece is printed, and it's just on a little white cone piece as well. Coming across to this side, we do have a beehive hanging off this tree. Now, the 2 trees, this tree on this side of the building and the tree in the back of the building, depending on how you follow the instructions, because you got a choice, the trees do slide right out. So you can just slide the tree right out and then place it in the other slot, basically. So it's pretty cool that you have a choice to slide them in. I'm not a fan of building trees. I always break them. They fall apart every time I build them. But these trees, uniquely the way it's done, there's a bit of fragileness to some of them. So just bear in mind with that. But all in all, they're pretty cool. In the back, you've got the battery box. As you can see, it's actually nicely colored. The way it's positioned in the back, it can also resemblance like a little generator box and stuff like that. So it's kind of blends in kind of nicely, honestly. So I kind of like the way they did it for that one. On this side of the building, you do have a little beehive and a hive set as well. Let me see if I can get you a little bit closer looks to all the front detail. As you can see, we do have a bunch of detail inside as well, which if you were following the whole part of this video, you would see the inside detail as we explained at each stages. But basically, this is the final build of this. So all in all, pretty good. The roof on this side just basically slides right off. And this roof here is only held on by 2 studs. So you can take those straight off, and then I can give you a better detailed look on the inside of that side. As you can see, there's the little black menu. There's a couple of lights in there. One light actually kind of reflects off I'll just call it a vat right now. I just forgot what it was, but basically it reflects off that, so it gives it a nice lit up approach. And then of course the office, which the tree is going to be in the way, but you got like a little office type of cupboard area from the door. The only way to get in and out of that is through this door, and then it is quite open on the other side. So that is it for this. A lot of detail for a small little set. We'll say confidently it's a nice little medium set, I guess we can call it that. Now let's see if I can get this roof on without knocking the trees off. That would be funny. But yeah, we'll just pop it in there. It's held on. There we go. We broke one of the trees. So yeah, trees, fragile as always. Lots of nice detail with the plants and stuff like that. The building looks really great. We got printed pieces. Got two minifigs and a bear, a cat, and a bird, and a bunch of little printed bees as well. So if you're interested in buying this, there are links in the description with my affiliate link, so you can purchase this. If it is not on sale, there's a cheeky 10% code MBB10. most of the time Funwhole has a bunch of sales going on, so utilize the sale big time. And again, the link is there if you wish to purchase other stuff that also helps this channel out. So big humongous thank you very much. The links are there for you. What else? We have some other cool Funwhole stuff coming. I'm just not allowed to say anything, but stay tuned. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next review.